my first yoga class I was wearing my prosthetic legs, and I had just recently recovered from surgery, so it was still painful, and it was hot. They had the temperature way up, and I'm sweating, and my teacher was saying these stupid things like root down to rise up. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Speak English. And I was getting like frustrated. And then I just remember finishing that class and be like, okay, I checked the box. I never have to do this again. But then I realized I committed to 3 lessons. And I showed up for my second yoga lesson, and I'd love to say, oh my God, it changed my life. Nope, it sucked. It was terrible. It was still hot. I was still in pain. She was still saying these stupid things. And I got so mad, like raw anger. I said, can I just do this with my legs off? And she was a newer teacher, and she just looked at me, and her eyes were saying no. But then her mouth said, yeah, let's do it. And I just remember literally throwing my legs across the floor. If I'm going to do it, I'm really going to do it. So I said, what is this nonsense she keeps saying, root down to rise up? So I just summoned my like sort of sports background or visualization. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to visualize roots growing what's left of my legs. Imagine roots growing like roots do into the earth. So the cue was like root down, rise up. And then in that moment, like not hyperbole, not metaphor, when I really just gave up resisting and just did the thing that she was asking me to do, on my knees in the yoga mat, my 5'4" yoga teacher's towering over me. I felt small and insignificant, but in that moment, I lit up from the inside out, and the earth sent this powerful wave of energy that just lit me up from the inside out. And I never felt more powerful, more alive than in that moment. And I was just, tears were streaming out of my face. I mean, it took me a little time, but I realized that I was missing the basic connection to the earth. It was like the earth was saying, Dan, where have you been for the last 10 years? That, I think, is my advantage as apparently the only bilateral amputee yoga teacher in the world. My advantage is people will say, well, if he can do it, I can. Or if he's willing to do that, to take his legs off, to do this, then I should at least be willing to show up and try it. And I have thousands of converts to yoga just by being a person who's visibly a little different. And so while that's not something I'm necessarily proud of, it's something I'm very happy with.